Yeah, students, I'll continue this lecture of SMA. I'll talk about this applications part and advantages, disadvantages. I conclude here. So, in applications, I talked about eyeglass frames in previous part and toys, and in between, I had a few disturbance, so I couldn't continue in that lecture itself. So, let me continue here. So, the shape memory alloys used in helicopter blades, and mainly it is due to its anti-corrosive nature, as well as it is lightweight when compared to the normal metals. That is the main reason for using this helicopter blades. That means uh, SMA used for to manufacture this helicopter blades. An SMA is cooled and sent into the vein due to the body temperature. It changes its shape and size, shape, and act as a blood clot filter. So I told initially, right, an example how a needle is pierced into the body, which can become harder. So if you want to be more softer, then we can cool it, and after cooling that, if you send into the body vein, then it will due to the body change in temperature, the body temperature is somewhat uh, more than the room temperature, or even if it required a coolant, we cooled and sent, right? So while cooled, it will be so soft. After piercing into the vein, it becomes uh, high temperature. It go to the high temperature and become harder, so it can act as a blood clot filter. It will not allow the blood to clot, and it can act as a blood clot filter. And to prevent fire and toxic gases, of course, the basic property of shape memory alloys can change its shape and size with change in temperature. Suppose if the walls are made up of the shape memory alloy, and this valve which closes the water inlet. If there is a water in a pipe and it is and the valve is closed, and this valve is closed using SMA, and if there is any fire accident occur, and this fire will make it harder, right? And if it is harder, then that valve will get opened, and it will put off the fire. Once the fire put off, the temperature will becomes it decreases. If the temperature decreases, this shape memory alloy become it make its transition to the from austenite to martensite. It becomes softer, and it will again close the valve automatically. It need not be done manually, it will done automatically like that. So fire prevention can be made, and similarly toxic gases and toxic liquids, in all the cases, it's mainly due to the change in heat, can close the wall or seal the wall, so like that it can be used. And similarly, it is used as coffee maker. Nickel titanium spring, especially, it is used. It is the best shape memory alloy. And to release hot milk and ingredient, we can use this shape memory alloy, because we know that when it is heated to certain temperature, it become harder, and it can open the valve. And once the temperature is becomes low temperature, then it will close the valve automatically like that. We can use it to make coffee makers can be made up of shape memory alloy. And SMA is used for cryofit hydraulic couplings. For example, if you want to connect to tubes, and if you want to if the tube carries some hot liquid, we know that when it carries some hot liquid like water vapor, or it can be some hot water, etc., then there will be certain thermal expansion, and this thermal expansion can lead to the that will be certain damage at the joints. So if you have a certain material which can absorb these thermal shocks, then it will be a very good material, right? So there the shape memory alloy can be used well, because we know that when hot liquid is flown through the tube, it become harder, it can tightly held the tube together. So like that, SMA can be used there. And even SMA can be used as circuit edged connector. uh, so either it can be connected, the circuit can be connected, or the circuit can be disconnected by applying some electric pulse. This electric pulse in turn produce certain heat, which will leads to the connection or disconnection of the circuit. They are used in controlling and preventing cracks. As I told, this material can absorb the heat. Thermal shock can be absorbed by this material, so it may not leads to any cracks present in a material. And they are used in relays and it is not activator, it is actuator, ACTUATORS. An error is here, it is actuator. So actuator means it is a device to control the motion in a system, some motion. For example, in ultrasonic producer, and there is a transducer which can produce ultrasound. A transducer can act as to detect ultrasound, so that is an actuator. Like that, actuators, yeah, and there are many different actuators are there. So this is one such example. They are used for steering small tubes inserted into the body, which means it can use to control. So if something can be controlled from outside, that is the meaning of steering. So straight memory alloys can be used to steer the small tubes inserted into the human body, and they are used to correct the irregularities in teeth. In that sense, tooth clip. So while connecting the tooth clip, the metal like alloy should be very soft enough, but after connecting in tooth, it should become harder. Okay, that is possible due to the change in body temperature. That will make it harder, and it will hold the teeth tightly so that the irregularities can be removed. So nickel titanium alloy is also used in artificial hip joints, bone plates, pins, etc. And of course, in all places, the main application is mainly due to its uh, non-corrosive nature. Okay, especially if something is used in as a biomaterial which can be implemented with the living human being, surely it should be of non-corrosive, and it should be flexible, and it should be lightweight. Okay, so all these are satisfied by the SMA. So it can be used as artificial hip joints, bone plates, etc. So the advantages are SMA is very compact in nature, safe and smart, flexible, non-corrosive, lightweight. Even lightweight can be added here. So these are the advantages. The disadvantages are cost is high, efficiency is low, so transformation occur over a range of temperature. Structural arrangements may sometime get deformed. So these are some of the disadvantages. Cost fight it is very high, and efficiency is low in the sense. In that sense, for example, I told a change in 10 degrees Celsius can make a transmission. And some metal can happen at very low temperature. Not many materials are there. So nickel titanium is a very good shape memory alloy, but there are not very good shape memory alloys compared to nickel titanium. Some other alloys can exhibit only at very low temperature. Some other exhibit this phase change with very high transition temperature, like that. The efficiency wise, it is a little bit low. Only certain metallic alloys can exhibit such properties. And the transformation, the structural arrangements may sometime get deformed. In that sense, there can be any permanent deformation can occur. So for example, from during the phase transmission from arsenide to martensite, or martensite to arsenide, it make a transition from BCC to HCC, or FCC to HCP, like that. Some transition can occur, and that transformation can be permanent. So like that, these disadvantages can occur. Thank you.